Welcome to today's SeafoodNews.com video, sponsored by the Alaska Seafood Marketing Institute.
150 years ago, the celebrated evolutionary biologist Thomas Huxley proclaimed the Earth's oceans were inexhaustible, would provide humankind with an unlimited supply of food forever. In the span of a single human lifetime, that assertion would prove to be tragically mistaken. At their peak prior to World War II, 120 million salmon were returning annually to Alaska watersheds. By 1953, the runs had collapsed to barely 25 million fish. After a century of error and irresponsibility, a few inspired politicians, fishermen, and fisheries managers embarked on what would become a decades-long quest to return the runs to their former abundance.
Andy Anderson was brought to the territory of Alaska to be the first manager of fish and game resources under the territory. He was a central part to achieving the Alaska Constitution that embedded the sustained yield principle, the purpose of which was to make sure that escapements came first and then bounty for its citizens. His mantra was very simple to his staff. If you don't achieve escapement and you've done something wrong to get there, you will be fired.
The one I like is Clarence calling his 6 management biologists together. Gentlemen, the governor has instructed me to return Alaska's salmon run to their former abundance, regardless of the pain inflicted on the people.
You got to remember that the biologists lived in those towns too. They went to church. They were on the school boards with the same fishermen, with the same people from the plants and whatnot. So there was truly Alaska, and Petersburg and Seward and Cordova and these towns. There was everybody's motivation was the same. Nobody wanted to not have a lot of fish. But at the end of the day, all that stuff was just secondary to the fact that are we managing this fishery for the right reasons? And the state has proven for many years they have been.
The collaboration that we see between the department and the fishing community reflects the importance of that bond. That the fishermen know that the agency wants to do the right thing. They know that the agency wants them to catch every fish that's available, but achieve escapements. And so they work together real hard to make sure that there's a good understanding. Salmon is a forecast, which is always wrong. It's either high or low, never know by how much. And you have to harvest the fish while they're coming in. You can't wait until you've got your escapements and then start fishing, because it's too late and you're going to get over escapement and the fish aren't going to be as high a quality. So you have to do it in season. And that's why that cooperation between the fishermen and the department is so important to the success of the enterprise. This collaboration is why I call it a community rather than an industry.
Today's SeafoodNews.com video was brought to you by the Alaska Seafood Marketing Institute. Alaska has been protecting wild and sustainable seafood for generations and adheres to the most recognized and internationally accepted set of guidelines written by the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization. For recipes and additional information, visit wildalaskaflavor.com.